Commander Vex, 99 adjusted his neural interface, watching the tactical display with what he assumed was satisfaction. 3 billion. 3 billion humans gone in the first wave. The Kaltharian Empire had expected, well, honestly, they had expected this to be over already. Status report. Vex, 99 clicked through his mandibles, his 6 eyes scanning the holographic battlefield above Earth's dying surface. Sir, resistance continues in scattered pockets, reported Lieutenant Zara, 45, her voice carrying that particular tone that meant things are not going according to plan, but I really don't want to be the one to tell you that. Vex, 99's antennae twitched. Scattered pockets. Right. Because apparently, losing half their population in 2 weeks was just Tuesday for these primitive bipeds. The Kaltharian military doctrine was simple: shock and awe, followed by swift surrender. It had worked on 847 worlds. The formula was flawless. Superior technology plus overwhelming force equals immediate capitulation. Mathematics. Pure and simple, except, well, humans apparently hadn't read the manual. Define scattered pockets, Vex, 99 said, already knowing he wasn't going to like the answer. Approximately 2 billion remaining hostiles, sir. They've regrouped. 2 billion. Still. After everything, Vex, 99 remembered the initial intelligence briefings. Humans were described as fragile carbon-based lifeforms with primitive projectile weapons and basic nuclear capability. The report had been 17 pages long, but could have been summarized as, "This will be easy." The first mistake had been assuming that losing 3 billion of their kind would break them, the second mistake had been assuming they'd stay broken. Sir? Zara 45's voice cut through his thoughts. The surface teams are reporting unusual activity. Define unusual. Vex, 99 was beginning to hate that word. The humans have stopped running, sir. Now that was interesting. For 2 weeks, it had been exodus and evacuation. Cities emptying, governments collapsing, the standard chaos that accompanied a proper invasion. But stopping? That was new. Show me. The holographic display shifted, zooming in on what had once been called North America. The continent was scarred, cities reduced to rubble, infrastructure decimated. But there was movement. Organized movement. Are they building something? Vex, 99 asked. We're not sure, sir. Our reconnaissance drones keep getting destroyed before they can complete their surveys. Destroyed how? That's the unusual part, sir. They're not using their primitive missiles or aircraft. They're using. Zara, 45 paused, as if the words tasted wrong. They're using rocks, sir. Very fast rocks. Vex, 99's primary eyes narrowed. Rocks. Yes, sir. Projectiles launched at approximately 15% light speed using what appears to be improvised magnetic acceleration systems. Built from the ruins of their own cities. The silence in the command center stretched uncomfortably. Finally, Vex, 99 spoke. Let me understand this correctly. These humans took the rubble from their destroyed civilization and turned it into weapons? Yes, sir. In approximately 10 days, sir. 10 days. Vex, 99's mandibles clicked rapidly, a sign of stress that he hoped his subordinates wouldn't notice. It took our engineers 3 years to develop our magnetic acceleration technology. Sir, another voice chimed in from the communication station. We're receiving multiple transmissions from the surface. They appear to be taunting us. Taunting? Yes, sir. One message simply reads, "You think you're scary? We invented horror movies." Another says, 3 billion down, 2 billion really angry. And this one? The communications officer paused. This one just says, "Round 2, bug boys." Vex 99 felt something he hadn't experienced in his 40-year military career: uncertainty. Not fear, of course. Kaltharians didn't feel fear. But concern. Professional concern. What about their leadership? Surely the governmental structures have collapsed. About that, sir. Zara 45's antennae drooped. They appear to have adapted. Military command has been distributed among surviving population centers. They're calling themselves Terran Defense Cells. Each cell operates independently but shares tactical information through, we're not entirely sure how, sir. How can you not be sure? They're using their primitive internet infrastructure, but they've modified it. Somehow, they've made it quantum resistant and nearly impossible to hack. Our cyber warfare division is frustrated. Vex 99 absorbed this information. A species that had been using basic electronics just decades ago had somehow quantum-proofed their communications in less than 2 weeks. While under active bombardment. Sir, the tactical officer spoke up, long-range sensors are detecting massive energy signatures across the planet. It appears the humans are powering up something big. The main display shifted again, showing energy readings from across Earth's surface. Dozens of massive power sources, all coming online simultaneously. What are they powering? Vex 99 asked. Unknown, sir. But the energy output is significant. Each installation is generating approximately. The officer paused, recalculating. Sir, each installation is generating more power than our entire fleet. That's impossible. Yes, sir. It should be. But they appear to be using their own star as a power source. Vex 99's 6 eyes widened. They're what? They've built solar collection arrays, sir. Massive ones. In 2 weeks, they've constructed orbital collection platforms and beamed the energy to surface installations. The engineering involved is, actually quite impressive. Impressive? Vex 99's voice rose an octave. Sorry, sir. I meant, concerning. Quite concerning. The command center fell silent except for the hum of machinery and the occasional beep of monitoring equipment. Then, slowly, warnings began to cascade across every screen. Sir, the tactical officer's voice was tight with something that might have been panic, we're detecting incoming projectiles. Lots of them. From where? Everywhere, sir. The entire planet appears to be shooting at us. Vex 99 watched as thousands of red dots appeared on the tactical display, all converging on the Kaltharian fleet. The projectiles were moving at significant fractions of light speed, and there were far too many to effectively intercept. Evasive maneuvers, he ordered. Full defensive screens. Sir, Zara 45's voice was strained. Long-range communications is reporting similar attacks on the other invasion fleets. Apparently, the humans have been busy. Other fleets? All of them, sir. Every invasion fleet in the system is under attack. Simultaneously. The first impacts hit the outer ships of the formation. Kaltharian vessels, designed to withstand planetary bombardment, buckled and cracked under the assault. The projectiles weren't just fast, they were smart, adjusting their trajectory mid-flight to compensate for evasive maneuvers. How are they targeting us? Vex 99 demanded. Unknown, sir. Our stealth systems should be impenetrable to their primitive sensors. Apparently not. Another wave of impacts. The dreadnought Vex 99 commanded shuddered as something struck its forward armor. Damage reports flooded in from across the fleet. Sir, communications called out, we're receiving another transmission from the surface. Put it through. A human voice, calm and conversational, filled the command center. Hello up there. This is Marcus Webb, speaking for the Terran Defense Cells. We'd like to discuss terms. Terms? Vex 99 found himself responding before thinking better of it. Well, yes. You killed 3 billion of us. We're not particularly happy about that. But we're reasonable people. We're willing to negotiate. You're in no position to negotiate. Really? The human sounded genuinely curious. Because from where I'm sitting, we've just disabled about 30% of your fleet. And that was just the opening salvo. Vex 99 looked at the tactical display. The human wasn't wrong. 37% of the fleet was either destroyed or severely damaged. What do you want? He asked. Oh, that's simple. We want you to leave. Right now. And we want you to spread the word that Earth is off limits. Forever. And if we refuse? There was a pause. Then, the human's voice returned, and for the first time, it carried something that made Vex 99's exoskeleton crawl: amusement. Commander Vex 99, right? From the Dreadnought Eternal Victory? You should know that we've been monitoring your communications since you arrived. We know your names, your ranks, your tactical formations. We know everything. Impossible. You said that about the power generation. And the projectile systems. And the quantum-resistant communications. You might want to stop using that word. Another pause. Then, you came here thinking we were primitives. You were wrong. You came here thinking that killing half of us would break us. You were wrong about that too. Would you like to know what you're really wrong about? Despite himself, Vex 99 found himself asking, what? You think you're the predators in this scenario. You think you're the monsters. But Commander. The human's voice dropped to something that was almost a whisper. We've been the monsters all along. We just hadn't decided to show you yet. The transmission cut out, leaving the command center in stunned silence. Then, every screen in the command center lit up with a single message: you have 24 hours to leave the system. After that, we stop being nice. Vex 99 stared at the message, his mandibles clicking rapidly. Nice? They called this nice? Sir, the tactical officer whispered, should we contact Fleet Command? Vex 99 looked at the display showing the battered remains of what had been the most powerful invasion force in Kaltharian history. Then he looked at the planet below, where 2 billion humans were apparently just getting started. Yes, he said quietly. Contact Fleet Command. Tell them. He paused, struggling with the words. Tell them we may have made a mistake. The countdown timer appeared on every screen: 23 hours 59 minutes and 47 seconds. 23 hours 59 minutes and 46 seconds, 23 hours 59 minutes and 45 seconds, and somewhere below, 2 billion humans were preparing to show the galaxy what monsters really looked like. The countdown timer read 47 minutes and 23 seconds when Fleet Admiral Kexprime's transmission crackled through the quantum communicator. His voice carried the authority of someone who had conquered half the galaxy and the irritation of someone who really didn't want to be bothered with field reports. Commander Vex 99, explain to me why you're requesting immediate evacuation from a primitive world that should have surrendered 2 weeks ago. Vex 99 looked at his tactical display, where another 12 ships had just gone dark. The humans had been creative with their follow-up attacks. Apparently, they'd figured out how to weaponize their own space debris. Sir, the situation has evolved. Evolved how? The humans have demonstrated capabilities that weren't in the initial intelligence reports. Such as? Vex 99's mandibles clicked nervously. They've turned their entire planet into a weapon, sir. Silence on the channel. Then, repeat that. They're using their star as a power source, their cities as ammunition, and their communications network as a targeting system. They've also somehow developed quantum-resistant encryption in 2 weeks. That's impossible. Yes, sir. That's what I said. The humans appear to have a different opinion about what's possible. The channel went quiet except for static. Vex 99 could practically hear Admiral Kexprime's brain processing this information. Finally, how many ships have we lost? 47% of the fleet, sir. And that's just in the last 6 hours. And the humans? How many remain? Approximately 2 billion, sir. Another pause. Longer this time. 2 billion. Still. Yes, sir. After losing 3 billion. Yes, sir. And they're winning. Vex 99 looked at the tactical display again. 3 more ships had just disappeared while they'd been talking. It would appear so, sir. Commander, I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to think very carefully before answering. Are you telling me that a species we classified as primitive has somehow outmaneuvered the most advanced military force in the galaxy? Sir, I wouldn't say outmaneuvered. More like, they've redefined the rules of engagement. How so? They don't appear to distinguish between military and civilian infrastructure. When we destroyed their cities, they used the rubble as weapons. When we targeted their power grids, they built solar collectors. When we disrupted their communications, they improvised quantum networks. They're not playing by any recognizable military doctrine. That's because they're primitives, Commander. They don't know proper military doctrine. Sir, with respect, I'm beginning to think that might be an advantage. The countdown timer hit 23 minutes and 45 seconds. 23 minutes until the humans stopped being nice. Vex 99 was genuinely curious about what that meant, though he suspected he didn't want to find out. Sir, Zara 45 interrupted, we're receiving multiple transmissions from the surface. They appear to be educational. Educational? They're teaching us about Earth history, sir. Specifically, about human warfare. The main display shifted to show incoming data streams. Historical footage, tactical analyses, statistical breakdowns. All narrated by that same calm human voice from before. Hello again, Commander. This is Marcus Webb. I thought you might be interested in learning about us. Since you'll be leaving soon, consider this a parting gift. The display showed images of human conflicts throughout history. Primitive warfare, technological advancement, strategic innovation. The narration continued, you see, Commander, you made an assumption. You assumed that losing 3 billion people would break our spirit. But you didn't understand what you were really doing. You weren't just killing our people. You were creating our motivation. The images shifted to show human cities before and after the Kaltharian attack. The devastation was complete. Every human you killed had family. Friends. People who loved them. People who are now very, very angry. And we've had 2 weeks to channel that anger into something productive. The display showed the construction of the solar collectors. Thousands of humans working together, building massive structures in impossible time frames. We've been fighting wars for millennia, Commander. We've gotten quite good at it. But we've never had a reason to fight like this before. You've given us one. New images appeared, humans working in the ruins of their cities, sorting through debris, converting everything into weapons components. You thought destroying our infrastructure would cripple us. Instead, you gave us raw materials. Every broken building became ammunition. Every destroyed power plant became motivation to build something better. The countdown timer hit 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Sir, the tactical officer called out, long-range sensors are detecting massive energy buildups across the planet. Whatever they're powering up, it's big. Define big. Each installation is now generating approximately 10 times more power than our entire fleet, sir. And there are 47 installations. Vex 99's eyes widened. 47? Yes, sir. One for each ship we've lost. I don't think that's a coincidence. The human's voice continued, you're probably wondering what we're building down here. It's quite simple, really. We're building a lesson. A lesson about what happens when you attack Earth. The display shifted to show technical schematics. Vex 99 didn't recognize the technology, but the power requirements were staggering. We call it the Terran Defense Grid. It's a network of gravity manipulation devices powered by our star and controlled by our quantum communications network. We built it in 2 weeks using the ruins of our cities and the bodies of our dead. That's impossible, Vex 99 whispered. You really need to stop saying that word, Commander. The countdown timer hit 8 minutes and 17 seconds. Sir, communications called out, Fleet Admiral Kex Prime is requesting an immediate update. Put him through. Commander, have you established orbital superiority? Vex 99 looked at the tactical display. His fleet was down to 53% strength and falling. Not exactly, sir. Then what exactly are you doing? Learning, sir. Learning about humans. Commander, I'm ordering you to proceed with the final bombardment. Glass the planet. I don't care about the resource value anymore. Sir, I don't think we can. What do you mean you don't think we can? The humans have, well, they've taken control of local space-time, sir. Silence. Then, they've what? They've built gravity manipulation devices, sir. 47 of them. Each one capable of. Vex 99 paused, checking his instruments. Each one capable of creating localized black holes. That's impossible. Yes, sir. The humans seem to specialize in impossible things. The countdown timer hit 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Sir, the tactical officer's voice was tight with panic, all ships are reporting gravitational anomalies. Something's affecting local spacetime across the entire system. On the display, stars began to shift position. Not moving, exactly, but the light from them was bending, creating patterns that hurt to look at. Commander, the human voice returned, 2 minutes remaining. I thought you might want to know what you're about to experience. The display showed Earth, but it was different now. The planet was surrounded by a network of energy that pulsed with the rhythm of a massive heartbeat. We've weaponized gravity, Commander. Every piece of matter in this system is now under our control. Every ship, every asteroid, every speck of dust. We can move it, compress it, or tear it apart at the molecular level. The timer hit 1 minute. You came here thinking you were the apex predators. You thought you were the monsters. But we want you to understand something before you leave, we didn't become monsters because you attacked us. We were always monsters. We just learned to hide it from ourselves. 30 seconds. Every species you've conquered before us was civilized. They had rules, codes of conduct, concepts of honor. We have those too. But we also have something else. We have the ability to abandon every principle we hold dear if it means survival. 10 seconds. You wanted to see what humans do when they're desperate? When they're angry? When they've lost everything that matters to them? 5 seconds. Congratulations, Commander. You're about to find out. The timer hit 00:00:00. Reality hiccuped. Every Kaltharian ship in the system found itself suddenly motionless, held in place by gravitational fields that shouldn't exist. Then, slowly, gently, they began to move. Not under their own power, but guided by invisible hands that could manipulate matter at the quantum level. We're not going to kill you, Commander, the human voice said. We're going to do something worse. We're going to send you home. And you're going to tell everyone what you found here. The fleet began to accelerate, pushed by gravitational forces that defied physics. In minutes, they were moving at speeds that should have torn the ships apart, but somehow didn't. Tell them about Earth, Commander. Tell them about humans. Tell them that we're not the victims anymore. Tell them that we're the monsters now." As the Kaltharian fleet was hurled toward the edge of the system, Vex 99 watched Earth shrink in the distance. But it wasn't just shrinking. It was changing. The planet was surrounded by a web of energy that pulsed with malevolent intelligence. "And Commander," the human voice followed them into the void. "If any of you ever come back, we won't be nice anymore." The last thing Vex 99 saw before the ship entered hyperspace was Earth, transformed into something that had never existed before, a world that had learned to fight back. In the weeks that followed, the message spread across the galaxy. Earth was off limits. Humans were dangerous. The monsters had finally awakened, and somewhere in the ruins of their cities, 2 billion humans were already planning what to do next.